Yeah, so like you mentioned, I noticed I adopted a different speaking style,
Mm.
a different way of using my voice after I became a teacher. Standing in front of a class of 25 or 40 students, the way you speak cannot be so personal. It has
Cannot,
to
yeah.
be more engaging and fun with some passion.
It's
I,
like
I'm
you're
not,
performing for your students, right?
ah, keep people awake because school is the best place to sleep.
I know.
Naturally, people already feel like sleeping, and then you use a soothing voice.
Cannot.
睡觉吧，朋友们.
And I'm quite curious, So you taught students face to face in a MOE school setting, right? 30,
Yeah, I
40
was
students.
teaching in Diamond High School and the JC section. So because
Mm.
it's JC, the classes are smaller, so it's 25 or
Ah.
less. So when I did lecture, it could be about 300 to 400 students. But
Are
when I
there
went to
any
secondary school, then it became 40 students. Lor.
are there any differences, talking to your JC school where there's 20 students versus 300 over students versus your secondary school students?
Of course lah. Because in the auditorium, we have microphone. Whereas in the classrooms of 40 students or less, we don't. So I need to project my voice a lot louder, which is when I'll be very thankful to my army training because in army, when you give Boris, sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we have to project your voice and you shout until like a few hundred people can hear, right? But at least people can hear us lah. But I've seen some of my female colleagues, right, in class, they're trying to shut up, class, keep quiet. I was like, oh, I pity your voice because despite using so much strength and I can feel that their vocal box is like spoiling, the voice projection is not reached out to the entire
Mm.
class, especially when the teenagers are like shouting. Ma.
So going back to what you have shared, there are many factors that
Meaning,
affect the way we use our voice. Number one, our audience. Who are
oh,
they?
yes,
What is their age group?
yes.
What engages them? What makes them excited? You have to know who your audience is. What is their
Mm.
background? Because the way you speak will change according to who your audience is. Talking to your students, talking to your baby, and talking to your wife. Do
Oh,
you use the same voice to speak to all of
hey,
them?
I know what you're trying to imply. Hey, so there was one afternoon I was having a Zoom conversation with Joel. So I'm like talking this way. I think I use this tone to
Yeah,
talk to Joel.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, hey Joel, hey bro, this thing, yeah, we'll do this, and
Yeah.
then oh, 可以啊，不要紧, can, you go first. Bye bye. Then turn back.
See, there's change in voice.
I didn't even notice, the moment my wife talked to me and I replied her, the way is just so different. Oh, but I realized that talking to baby and talking to wife is not very different, I think. I mean, to baby, you talk in a very childish language, like, oh, 吃猪猪, 喝 milk milk.
But do you notice like how your voice change when you your pitch is a bit higher, it's a bit higher,
Okay.
and then a bit at cute voice. But then when you're talking to your voice, you're a bit gentle. Okay, 好是这样的 okay. And then when you're talking to students, it's like blah, 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 blah.
Oh yeah. So usually for my math class, right, I am quite conscious of activating my fire energy, like the passionate, exciting. Like, hey, I tell you guys, oh, this one, so we
Oh,
have sucked in this formula, right? Do it now. Come, 2 minutes. Hurry up. And actually, right, it was designed for the students to feel excited
mm.
because most people naturally find math boring.
Our voice changes according to who we talk to, right?
Yes.
And most of the time we do that subconsciously and unconsciously. We are not aware of it. I mean, you have to be aware, who you're talking to, and this will change your voice accordingly. That's going to be interesting depending on context. Yep, I agree.
Yes. If the context is I'm just forced to study for the sake of exam, then it's probably not so interesting.
Yeah.